We are nearing the end before our STAR test. We are finishing up quadratics. So these are actually 2 lessons in one. So we're going to find the equation of the quadratic, of the graph given. So to do that, you need 3 of the multiple points. There is a total of 8 that I can get from this graph. So, and it doesn't matter what 3. I personally like the x-intercepts. So that is when y is 0. So we have 2 of those. So one's at 0, 0. And the other one is at -1, -2, -3. -3 and 0. And then you need at least one other point. You can use -1 and 2. You can use -2 and 2. You could use 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4. And 1, 2, 3, -4 and 4. And notice that we have matching. We have matching because it's symmetric on both sides. So the vertex for this one we can't get because it's not perfect, but the next one you can. So you are putting those into stat. So you're going to go stat, edit, and enter your 3 points that you chose. I'm choosing the -1 and 2, -3 and 0, and 0 and 0. Again, to clear, you can go up to L2 and press clear then enter, or clear then the down arrow, and it'll delete everything underneath it. Same with L1. If you do not have L1 or L2, you have to add those in. Then second quit. If you've already done it once, you can go back up and grab it and press enter. Or you go stat, calculate. Some announcements, sorry about that. 4 is linear and 5 is quadratic. So we're doing number 5, quadratic. Enter, enter, enter. And notice our C is 0. Every once in a while you'll have a glitch. One, if you end up with decimal answers, then check your numbers. You probably did something wrong. It might have looked like 4, but it was actually 5. See, this one is close. It almost looks like it crosses here, but it's actually a little bit below. So you might be off a little bit. Also, if you see, let's say it says 5.5 for C, e to the -10. So e to the -10 or e to the -12 means that there's 9 zeros in front of it. So that's still a really small number, which is basically 0. And that's just a glitch. I've seen that come up several times. So if you read the question, it says that use function notation to write your answer. Instead of y equals, we're going to use f of x. So f of x equals, our a was -1, so negative x squared minus, our b is -3, -3x, and we have no c, so we're done. This part we're going to flip over. This is our next lesson, and we can do number 2. I have skipped number 2 as far as the classes because most students are able to find the equation. But if we want to go ahead and do it, we've got x and y. So this one you can do the vertex. So that's at 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3, -3. And then 0, oops, y is 0, x is 1. So 1 and 1, 2, 3, and 0. So if we go to stat, edit, and we have 2, 1, 3, -3 and 0 and 0. So again, if you've already done it once, you second quit, go back up, grab it, quadratic, press enter, And so f of x equals 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. And that will be your answer that you'll type in. Okay, so number 3, 4, and 5, they give you the zeros or the x-intercepts. So just a reminder, if you, say for instance, if you type in y equals x minus 2 and x plus 3, where are they going to cross on the x-axis? And, oh look, I remembered what I have to put in. So those are the two examples. So if we graph that, are they going to graph, is the y-intercept going to, or x-intercept going to be at -2 and +3, or opposite? So opposite, exactly. Because when you set these equal to 0, x minus 2 equals 0, the opposite of subtracting 2 is adding 2. So your x-intercept ends up being +2 and -3. Okay? So they're giving you the x-intercepts and they're wanting you to give the equation. So 3 and 4 have zeros. So the zeros are super easy. Number 5 is a little bit harder. So the opposite of -7 is +7. So one of your factors is going to be x plus 7. And 0 is just 0, so it's just going to be x. And then we're going to distribute. X times x is x squared. X times 7 is 7x. So y equals x squared plus 7x. And then this one, opposite of +9, is -9. And again, the x out front, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. So y equals x squared minus 9x. So when you're given two different numbers other than 0, then you're going to have opposite of +2 is -2, opposite of +4 is -4, and we've done the box method. So x times x is x squared, -2 times x is -2x, -4 times x is -4x, -4 times -2 is +8. And so you end up with y equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. And that's why you are looking for two numbers that multiply to equal 8 and add to equal -6, or combine. So that's going back to your factoring. Okay, back to the first page. So we have 3 that are alike, and then the fourth one. We're going to start with the fourth one. So we're going to rewrite this equation.